English.
Here.
Farnham.
Here.
Helsley.
Here.
Voigt.
Present.
Zuber.
Here.
Bruner.
Here.
Jenness.
Here. You read the minutes of our previous meeting. Can I have a motion to approve them?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. You all looked over the claims against the county? If so, could we have a motion to approve them?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Nay.
Motion carried. County board claims,
So moved.
we have a second.
I see.
All those in favor? Usual sign. Opposed? Motion carried. Public comment?
I've got a couple things. You still have appointed members of certain boards that continually lie to the public and try to deceive them, and you guys just sit there and let her do it. It's beyond me why you keep putting up with it. Well, I know why you put up with it. But why do you sit, her, Donna Bennett and Jimmy Wells, why do you sit there and let them lie to the public continually without doing anything about it? I'm hoping something's coming up soon to fix that problem. And the other one I'd like to say is a little story. If you're farmers, you'll appreciate it. But, you know, cows walk around in fields and drop cow patties all over the place. And then along come the flies and the worms squirming around. When you get rid of the cow patty, like what happened in June with the resignation, you still have to get rid of the worms and the flies. And I suggest you start doing that. Thanks.
Any other public comment? Thank you.
Over 3 years ago, I started looking into simple matters with 911 and that board. We uncovered an employee that's working as a salaried employee of the county, also drawing hourly wages from the sheriff's budget for working the same hours. Dual payroll, same hours. Nothing gets done. Board after board after board, those people violated the law and misappropriated money and nothing got done. That was 3 years ago. Everybody said I was picking on them. I'm not going to stop until we have accountability and honesty and transparency. What I witnessed last night at the airport meeting was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in a public meeting. In 3 years, I've been to hundreds of meetings, and we're going to meetings all across the state at the request of other counties. And in roughly 30 days in Effingham, with 2 FOIAs that simply exposed inappropriate expenditures, those people stepped up. Not only did they replace board members on that health department board, they fired the administrator. They wouldn't even accept the resignation, they fired her. In 3 years, not one person has been able to dispute the documents and the facts of misappropriations of all kinds of funding and illegal activity. Has anybody been fired? We had one person that was convicted for felony theft in the health department. Has there been any changes to the board of that body that allowed that to happen over their realm? No, there hasn't. We were lied to again last night. Donna Bennett lied through her teeth. Carl, she implemented you in those lies, and I think it was terribly inappropriate because all she did was throw you under the bus and completely out of line. Mr. Wells has been less than honest with the airport. He's been deceptive. He's lied. We've got accounts being opened up secretly, money market accounts, CD accounts, and now the bank mysteriously doesn't have some of the records. They can't find the signature cards. I don't remember the exact verbiage. Banks are the best record keepers in the world. The signed authorization for these accounts was apparently misplaced. This is the same bank that's run Buckshot on behalf of Chris Patrick and Jimmy Wells. This information isn't misplaced. We're not stupid. When will there be someone to step up and at least make a motion to start fixing some of this so we can know where you all stand? Because when you all are silent, it's condoning it. Your housing authority, all kinds of inappropriate expenditures, taking family on the business trips with them on our dime, and nobody's done anything about it. State's attorney won't prosecute anything. It's part of Good Old Boys Club. 911 board, the same way. The airport board, the same way. What does it take? I can't even begin to tell you the number of calls and emails and tips we get in at this day and where we're at with the Watchdog group. I'm talking hundreds and hundreds of people screaming for help. The people are tired of it. They just want it fixed. Why is that so hard? Are we so ingrained with the good old boy system that we can't do what's right? Last night I was told things were removed, property was removed from the airport because of grant assurances. And I asked the question, not verbatim, I can't quote it, but under what authority Adonna Bennett had. And she said Carl Farnham gave it to me. That's not true. I know it's not true. This unilaterally do what you want when you want has got to stop. Somebody needs to step up and remove these people, and let's start fresh. Let's start with a clean slate of folks and get rid of these worms and flies. I think it'd be a great starting point. I don't have anything else.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
Yes, to read what I read last night at the Airport Advisory Board meeting. The comments are directed to the Edgar County Airport, the Edgar County Airport Advisory Board, and Edgar County government. Let me begin with a quote from a local resident who said something that really impressed me. His name is Stan McIntosh, and you probably know Stan. He may even be here at this moment. This is something he said last spring as he listened to the very answers he had requested. The truth was surfacing in regards to Chris Patrick's Beaver airplane in Oaktown, Indiana, and his personal agenda to make way for this plane by removing RSB from the Edgar County Airport. Back then, with the undeniable facts before him, Stan said repeatedly, "I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it." Well, Stan did find it hard to believe back then, but it's been proven to be true along with a great number of Patrick's other misdeeds. Since that time, Patrick, whom is the majority stockholder for Zimmerly Ready Mix, has been forced to leave county government because of his penchant for illegally voting himself business at the taxpayer's expense. With his departure, we find he has left the county with an unfunded liability in the form of an ongoing civil suit against the county. And this civil suit, this county will certainly lose. Mark Isef, the Edgar County State's Attorney, is largely responsible for this predicament and for his ignorance of the law. If there's any doubt in your mind, you only need to wait a few months longer. In the nearly 18 months that have passed since this conflict began, Jimmy Wells, Adonna Bennett, Glenn Hutchinson, Ben Janis, Mike Helsley, Mark Isef, Patrick, and other members of the Patrick Wolf Pack have repeatedly demonstrated their ability to violate the law, to act unscrupulously, to interfere with RSB Aviation, to run off his customers, to act with malice and hate at every opportunity, and to place their own personal interests and social connections far ahead of everything and everyone else. This is often what is often perceived as honest, forthright, reasonable, of merit, fair, equitable, and of virtue, and other parts of the very world we live in, has been held hostage in Edgar County by envy, contempt, personal agendas, and lies, and by those I have mentioned earlier. The direct actions of Jimmy Wells, such as banning Rusty's wife from the airport property that Rusty rented because she was a nursing mother, by blocking hangar doors so airplanes could not be delivered on time as promised, by announcing it would lock Rusty from his business on January 1, 2013, and to run him out of business, by demanding confidential insurance documents without authority, authorization, or legal standing, by failing to respond to written requests for clarification on insurance requirements at a time when rental contracts did not require insurance, and even at a time when the county had no requirements for insurance, and when the county itself could not state the specific types of policies that were needed or the specific amounts required. By failing to keep lease contracts current with proper rental amounts, by refusing to collect rental until ordered to do so by this county board, by interfering with normal business activities, by threatening leaseholders and pilots not to land or to fly airplanes to and from the airport, by holding CD finances and documents from withholding CD finances and documents from the public, both by lying about their existence and their amounts, by conducting his personal business at the airport using county resources for same, by failing to pay rent for 5 years on his personal aircraft stored at the airport. This is an aircraft that was never insured and one that could not possibly be insured under the requirements imposed on RSB. Would, under normal circumstances, have brought immediate dismissal in any other part of the world we live in except here in Edgar County. Jimmy's constant harassment undermined RSB Aviation, demoralized his employees, distracted him from a constructive efforts of making money, distracted him from his work in maintaining aircraft, and became a significant headache in his efforts to survive. As a consequence of these actions and the Airport Advisory Board's inaction, it has all now become a factor in the NTSB investigations into the recent tragedy. All with supporting testimony in the form of videos, audio recordings, and various documents now in the hands of SANE. The direct actions of Donna Bennett, such as maliciously attacking him at the county board meeting without the facts and under the guise of reporting on the airport itself, such as illegally searching his leased airport property, such as her public disclosure of RSB inventory and business activities on the very airport property he leased by taking pictures and distributing them at the county board meetings, such as throwing his diplomas and certifications to the floor at the airport, and such as faking fainting spells in board meetings. All are the earmarks of a deranged, immature, misguided, out-of-control, wacko public servant desperately in need of medical attention. Her actions to date have been nothing short of illegal harassment, and they have adversely affected and undermined Rusty's business. Her actions demoralized RSB employees as well as Rusty himself. They distracted him from the constructive efforts of making money, they distracted him from his work in maintaining aircraft, and they became a significant undermining factor in his efforts to survive. As noted, her hostility towards Rusty was evidenced by her throwing his prized possessions to the floor, such as his degree from Indiana State University, his A&P, his IA certification, his pilot certifications, and other documents of accomplishments among them. Here too, in a normal world and under normal circumstances, these actions would have resulted in the immediate suspension of Miss Bennett by the county board or even censorship by the Airport Advisory Board, but not so in Edgar County. At this point, one can only conclude the Airport Advisory Board has been horribly remiss, horribly deficient, unfair, subjective, and lacking in many of the said virtues mentioned so much earlier. Their inaction as a board and a committee has served to enable and condone this behavior and to promote these hostilities. Consider this. These distractions, these hostilities, these illegal acts, and even some not mentioned, have all been documented with videotapes, audio tapes, witness reports, written reports, and testimony. Is it then unreasonable or too far-fetched to connect these unbelievable actions of behavior with the most recent disaster. Actions of our government officials, which by their very nature interjected themselves into a repair process and redirected the focus from elements normally under consideration? I think not. Efforts to reason and to present facts, to work together, to cooperate, to coexist, and to avoid legal action against the county have been undermined at every possible opportunity. If you're a member of the Airport Advisory Board and you have the tiniest sliver of integrity, you will dismiss Jimmy Wells immediately. And at that point, too, it'd be a good thing if you would resign. If you are a member of the county board and had any integrity at all, you will disband this unholy circus known to many as the Airport Advisory Board, relieve Jimmy Wells of his employment, and put Adana Bennett out to pasture before she does more damage to the county and its reputation, if that is humanly possible. I began this statement with a quote from Stan McIntosh. I like Stan. It was, "I just can't believe it. I just can't believe this. To this I say, I wish you were right." Thank you for your time. Sorry,
Thank you.
I think I may have run over, I'm sorry.
Are there any other comments? Any other public comments? Item number 8. We have a request from Tom Ogle for the county board to oppose Ameren, Illinois River Transmission Project. I think he was going to speak.
I don't know how to follow that up, but anyway. I am Tom Ogle. I'm a small cattle rancher. My wife and I live in southwest Paris, Illinois. I was born and raised in Paris and have lived and worked in Edgar County all my life. I was notified for the first time on September 9th, 2013 by Ameren Transmission Company that the high voltage line had been approved to run across our land near our house. I have retained a lawyer and have now tried to find out how this could happen. I'm getting a quick, painful, and costly education on how Ameren and the Illinois Commerce Commission conduct business with private landowners. I'm asking this Edgar County Board to oppose this construction to Edgar County in the same way that the last Edgar County Board did on October 27, 2012, with a unanimous vote. Thank you.
Thank you.
You have a letter in front of you that states our opposition. Do you have a desire to act on that?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I would move that we, make sure I got the right, that we authorize the board to have this represent our opinion. Help me with that, Augie. What do I want to say? To approve the sending of this letter and to support the position that's
Yeah,
outlined in the letter.
yeah, you support the opposition, and then direct the county clerk to send the letter,
So forth. That's my motion.
yep, to Ameren. Okay.
Do we have any discussions to them from the Illinois Commerce Commission or whoever this is explaining this, actually to our county board? Or do they not?
Do we have, I'm
I
sorry.
mean, do they send us anything to the county board per se saying that they're gonna run through our county?
Yes, they have sent the county a notice. It's been a long time ago. And then a long time ago meaning what? A year ago?
Year and a half.
Year and a half ago. And then we sent the letter dated August the 27th. And then in response,
2012.
2012, yeah. Then they basically said, thank you for your correspondence. We're still gonna run the line.
Well, I think in actuality, we was told that it was no longer going through Edgar County, right? It's going through Clark County.
Well, but some of it in western Edgar County,
Yeah.
over by Kansas, but then it was gonna jog south and go into Clark and then,
And that was the last we heard of
yeah.
it.
And then Eric Volkman, I wasn't there, but I think he spoke to you guys. Was it a study session or what?
Yes, he came out and outlined the strategies and defined the different options and felt like at that point, they pretty much had it handled.
Right, and you guys, did you vote on something the next time?
Oh, we voted on it at whatever date that is.
We voted on that, for that letter on August 27th, 2012, and sent it with all members signing, which, by the way, there's at least 3 that aren't on the board anymore.
I thought we did something after I was elected that we
No.
voted on.
My understanding back over a year ago, that it was all agreed that it was gonna go to Clark County, it wouldn't affect Edgar County. The first I heard different was just in the last month.
Okay.
And that's why, we don't really have anything from, they don't have any responsibility then, the state or whatever they are, to let us know that they've changed their mind and now they're gonna run it through Edgar County. No.
They haven't, no.
Only thing is, Tom just got the info evidently.
Well, there were several landowners, Sims, I can't speak for every township, but I know there's a pretty wide sample that knew nothing about it until just, first week of September when you got the,
September 9th.
yeah, the certified letter.
The Farm Bureau has sort of taken the lead in informing and trying to do the best they can to let everybody know where it's at. They've had several meetings, and they should be commended for trying to get everybody plugged into what the potential.
And see, there were 2 primaries and 2 secondary routes that they mapped out. And then they argued around, decided to change that. And there was never, I don't believe that Tom's Farm and others that are being crossed, it was even one of their primary or secondaries. And then if I'm correct, all of a sudden Tom gets a letter that says, here we go. I mean,
Yes.
and that's what the issue I think is at hand, so.
They called it a hybrid route.
Oh, okay.
Do we know why they changed it around?
I know, I can't,
Yes, yeah.
as I say, it starts with Barack Obama and follow the money.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Call the question, please.
We'll have a roll call on this.
May I first ask, I heard 2 people second the motion. I got Voight made the motion. Who,
Oh, Dan or me one.
well, take your pick, gentlemen.
Great motion. Me.
Help me. Okay,
Pencil it.
I got one.
roll call now.
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voight,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Bruner,
Yes.
Yes.
6-0,
That's unanimous.
unanimous.
You want to get that letter signed today?
Then we'll sign it afterwards.
Yes.
We have it, yes, ready, so don't leave after the meeting.
Okay. Item number 9, resolution to appoint Rodney Wood as Drainage Commissioner for Brockton Drainage District of the County of Edgar and State of Illinois.
So moved.
All those in favor, by usual sign, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
We have to have
Yeah, that's a resolution.
Okay, that's a resolution. We got to have a roll call.
sorry.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voight,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Bruner.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 10, resolution approving oath and bond of David Stanfield, Commissioner, Union Drainage District Number 1 of Kansas and Ashmore, Illinois.
So moved. Second.
This will be a roll call also.
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voight,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Bruner.
Yes.
Motion passed. Resolution approving oath and bond of Kevin Smith, Commissioner of Drainage District Number 1 of the Town of Young America, County of Edgar, State of Illinois.
So moved.
Second.
We'll have a roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voight,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Bruner.
Yes.
Item number 12, resolution approving oath and bond of Maurice Waller, Commissioner of Union Drainage District Number 8 of Buchan and Barris, County of Edgar, State of Illinois.
So moved.
We have a second. Have a roll call vote.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voight,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Brunner.
Yes.
Item 13, hire Bellwether LLC to perform fee study and cost analysis for circuit clerk, county clerk, and sheriff's office.
Mr. Chairman, we met with Bellwether here a couple of Fridays ago, and they laid out a program that would analyze those three offices for $1,000 per office. So the motion, if passed, would encumber us for a total of $3,000. Basically, what they are going to do is to analyze the fee systems in those three offices and evaluate and make a recommendation to us on what we may or may not want to do with the fees in the future. In the future, if we do pick out some fees that we wish to look at more closely and maybe possibly justify some increases, then each fee would cost us $250. So this is the first stage. Then the second stage is to look at the fee system more closely once they've done their analysis.
And we do have to have an analysis before any fees can be raised.
And we're not saying we're gonna raise any fees.
By
We're
statute,
simply, we haven't done it for over 10 years, and it seemed like a well-thought-out thing to do, to make sure that we are capturing our expenditures and using our resources correctly in those three departments. And to that end, if there are no questions, I would move, yes,
I have a
please.
question. When
Yes.
you say we have to have an analysis,
Mhm.
is that something that we can do ourselves? It has to be done by an outside
By
organization?
statute,
Okay,
you have to have an
okay,
independent
no problem, I just didn't know. the
analysis.
To that end, I would make a motion to approve the hiring of this firm at a cost not to exceed $3,000 for each one of the, or for all of the departments collectively.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passed. Item 14, we have a resolution authorizing the transfer of $35,000 from the county election fund number 839 to the general fund.
Mr. Chairman, we've done this as a housekeeping item. We've done this for the last several years. And it is a fund that was originally set up, and we got the money from the state, and we're slowly, I guess, transferring that down to offset some of the election costs during the year. Are there questions about that? I'd move that it be, I'd move the resolution's approval.
Second, Carl. This will be a roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes,
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Brunner.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 15, resolution authorizing transfer of $12,000 from the dog fund number 813 to the general fund.
Mr. Chairman, again, that's a housekeeping item. I've basically described it for both 15 and 16. We expend money throughout the year to support the activities that are, then we collect fees on. And what this does is reimburse us for the fees that we collect through the dog, well, out there at the animal shelter, and reimburses us as for the supplies, materials, and time. And so we're gonna be transferring that $12,000 out of the dog fund.
Here a second.
I'll second.
I
I don't
move.
think we have a motion.
Oh, okay.
I move, I'm sorry. I was waiting for questions.
And was that Alan made
Yeah,
a
I'll
second?
second that.
Okay.
I have a roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
yes,
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Brunner.
Yes.
Item 16 is basically the same thing. A resolution authorizing transfer of $18,000 from the animal control fund number 814 to the general fund.
So moved.
second,
Any discussion? By roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
yes,
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Brunner.
Yes.
Item 17, a resolution to amend the resolution for Medicare eligible employees whereby raising reimbursement from $275 per month to $305 per month.
So moved.
Second. Does
Roll call.
everybody understand what we're doing with
No.
this? Okay. Currently, we pay, well, when somebody goes on Medicare, they come off of our insurance. So what we're doing is stepping in and giving them a comparable support level. And since we.
Because it's a benefit.
Right.
Okay.
And since we increased everybody's support level by $30, it seemed only fair that we support the Medicare people the same way. Additionally, just to make it clear, if for example, their Medicare is only $275 and doesn't go to the maximum, for example, and they're leaving $30 on the table, then they would get that at the end of the year in that lump sum payment, okay? So everybody's being treated across the board fairly. If there's $12 left, then they'll get the $12, okay? So.
Call the question, please.
Okay. This will be a roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Bruner.
Yes.
Next, item 1 in highway resolutions, resolution authorizing responsible agency to post roads at 10 tons effective January 5th, 2014 to April 5th, 2014. I think that's what we do every year, so that when the roads shouldn't be having trucks run on them, it's posted for it. If somebody does, the way I understand it from the county engineer, if somebody needs to go on the roads and they are frozen where they can, they get permission by calling the highway department. Is that correct?
So moved.
I second.
Mr. Reed, also a roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Bruner.
Yes.
Number 2, county maintenance resolution, DLR 14220, appropriating $1,200,000 from the county motor fuel tax allotment for the maintenance of county highways from the period beginning 1/1/14 and ending 2/31/14.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? This will be a roll call also.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Bruner.
Yes.
Item number 3, resolution to appropriate aid from the county bridge fund to assist in expense of constructing section 76-09114-00-BR-1 CATV number 262 in Paris Township.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? I have a roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Bruner.
Yes.
Item number 4, resolution to designate and undesignate county highways on roadways affected by the executed round 2 jurisdictional transfers.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah. Can you give us a brief explanation as to what we're voting on here?
No, but I would let the county engineer give you
I figured
a...
that.
The jurisdictional transfers, around 2 jurisdictional transfers, I'll just use one for an example, County Highway 14 for Redmond Road. This undesignates County Highway 14 back to Township Road, and it designates the Redmond Road to County Highway 31. So you're designating what wasn't designated before, and you're undesignating what's already designated. Does that make sense?
Is that a lot clearer?
You're taking the County Highway 14 badge off of County Highway 14. it now belongs to the township. You're adding the county highways badge to the Redmond Road.
So in other words, we're still swapping roads out with the city and the townships.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, we are taking a road that we used to maintain and giving it to the township. Is that correct?
You've already done that. The county board passed this several months ago, maybe more.
That's what I'm trying to make sure of. This is one that we've already voted on, but you're talking about the designation, not just the fact that we've already done it.
That's correct.
Okay.
We're not doing additional transfers, this is stuff we've already done in the past.
That's correct.
This is just a housekeeping thing for the designation.
That's also correct.
Okay.
Any other discussion? We'll have roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Brunner.
Yes.
Item number 5, resolution authorizing county board chairman to award and execute a contract with the parent low bidder for the following: Ike Kansas Storm Sewer Improvement Project, section 12-00108-02-DR.
So moved.
Second question, was this open yesterday?
Yes, it was.
What was the results of it?
B&T Drainage was the low bidder.
Okay, was it
The
within?
results are in the packet. I don't know if you have them because they came so late, but 5 bidders. B&T was low.
And it was within the,
It was very, very surprisingly low.
So it was acceptable based on,
Absolutely.
okay,
The number one, the low bid was almost 50% under.
okay, good.
Do you know what it was? How much it was? Ballpark?
5 something.
500,000?
525.
525?
Yeah, Augie, you want to read the bid results if they would like me to? Is that what-
You don't have to, I just wonder what the figure was.
525.
Okay, that's fine. You don't have to do that unless you.
525,000.
Okay, that's fine.
And we were looking at $1 million roughly.
Yeah, we thought that alternate would be in the high 9s.
Any other discussion? We'll have a roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Brunner.
Yes.
Item number 6, resolution authorizing county board chairman to award and execute a contract with a parent low bidder for the following: CATB number 262, section 76-09114-00-BR-1, High School Road Bridge.
So moved. Second.
Discussion?
How did that bid turn out?
Same way.
Same way?
We had
What was the bid amount on that
30-something
one?
was the low and high 40s was the,
33,700.
You got that bid?
Walker, isn't it? It's
AJ Walker.
AJ Walker.
Have a roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Brunner.
Yes.
Item number 7, resolution authorizing county board chairman to sign BLR 05321, amendment number 1, truck access route program, TARP, agreement for the following: FAS 678 CH1/Vermillion Road, section 12-00109-00-RS.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? A roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Brunner.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Just a point of order, just so everybody thinks that we're just not plowing through these and somebody put the motion up here. We have a study session, public study session, every other week or so. And the engineer reviewed all of this stuff with us on Monday. So we're not just going,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you.
We're halfway through.
Item number 8, resolution for improvement BLR 09110, appropriating motor fuel tax for the following FAS 678 CH1 Vermillion Road, Section 12-00109-01-RS.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Brunner.
Yes.
Carried.
Item number 9, resolution authorizing county board chairman to sign BLR 05321 Truck Access Route Program, TARP, agreement for the following: FAS 678 CH1/Vermillion Road, Section 12-00109-01-RS.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? A roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Brunner.
Yes.
Carries.
Motion carried. Item number 10, resolution for improvement, BLR 09110, appropriating motor fuel tax for the following: FAS 683 CH11 Shiloh Road, Section 12-00110-01-RS.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Brunner.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 11, resolution authorizing county board chairman to sign BLR 05321 Truck Access Route Program, TARP, agreement for the following: FAS 683 CH11 Shiloh Road, Section 12-00110-01-RS.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Brunner.
Yes.
Item 12, resolution authorizing county board chairman to sign BLR 05611 Construction Engineering Services Agreement Amendment Number 1 for federal participation with Hillard Bookkeeping Services for the following: FAS 680 CH4 Lower Terre Haute Road, HSIP-0680 108, Section 10-00101-00-SP.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Have a roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Brunner.
Yes.
Item 13, resolution authorizing county board chairman to sign BLR 05511 local agency consultant agreement with Hillard Bookkeeping Service to appropriate motor fuel tax funds for the period of 1/1/14 to 2/31/14 for various construction guidance and documentation.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Have a roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Brunner.
Yes.
Item 14, resolution authorizing county board chairman to sign BLR 05510 local agency consultant agreement with Hampton, Lenzini, and Renwick Incorporated to appropriate motor fuel tax funds for the period of 10/9/13 to 12/31/14 for various preliminary engineering services.
So moved.
Second.
Have any discussion? Have a roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Brunner.
Yes.
Item 15, resolution authorizing county board chairman to sign BLR 05311 local agency amendment number 1 for federal participation agreement for the following: FAS 684 CH2/Kenton Road, Section 10-00103-02-RS project RS-0684 106.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Have a roll call?
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Brunner.
Yes.
Item number 19, authorize county board chairman to execute a contract with the United States Department of Transportation and Federal Aviation Administration for airport grants.
So moved.
Second.
Is that the one where we're talking about our matching 62,000?
It had, my understanding, this has to be done annually.
It has to do with the assurance.
Oh, okay, okay, it's like a house. Okay, I got you.
Right. And there's a, I think, a TIF meeting later this month, and it needs to be done prior to that.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber,
Yes.
Brunner.
Yes.
Lee, I'm in a meeting.
Item number 20, officer and department head reports. Don, would you want to go first?
I would appreciate that, Chairman. As you can see, the reports, our cash flow is improved. We've had another distribution. I put some notes at the bottom of the page of what has been added. Please make note of the one there. I called the bank, and that is our balance as of yesterday for the line of credit. We basically accumulated $700 of interest since we borrowed $100,000. I would like to pay that back, at least by the next board meeting, if at all possible. I mean, I don't want to put it off to the last minute. I don't want it to be one of the last things we do next month. So I'd like to do that. As far as how collections are going, we're 98.72% collected. We still have about $280,000 out there to collect. The tax sales, October 24th at 1 o'clock in this room. All registered buyers have already registered. The deadline was yesterday. We have 258 first delinquents, first installment delinquents, 364 second installment delinquents. And in a perfect world, if we would collect all that, we'd get about another $10,700 in penalties that would be attached to those amounts. I did not have time to research to see how this compares to last year, but I'm confident to say that it's probably very, very close to last year.
When you said you'd like to pay that off, is
Yeah.
that something that the board has to do, or you can just?
No, I can do it.
Okay,
I'm just
that's fine.
saying, I'm thinking out loud.
All right, fine.
I don't see, we've got the money, and we gotta pay it by November 30th anyway, so I would rather do it, run the claim through at our next board meeting, November 6th, Mr. Clerk?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Thank you,
You
and I,
said it was about 700 in interest so far,
how much?
about $700 in interest?
You mean in penalties?
Yes.
Oh, no, we've
No,
had.
no, on the.
Oh, yes,
anticipation.
our line of credit, we did $100,000 and then 700 of interest has accumulated since then. That's been, it's a 2 point something percent. It's very reasonable. The bank's worked very well with us on that. It's great. If there's no other questions, I will go back to my other half of my staff and help her out with that in case there's some late payments going in. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Assessments Office, do you have anything? ESDA?
Nothing to report today.
Animal Control?
I did have a shelter break-in. It just damaged the door. They took one dog. I have a guy coming out to give me an estimate on the door today, so except that, nothing else.
Rest of it's in the hands of the police, is that right?
Yes, it was, police report was filed and everything else, so just waiting to see if they can find who did it.
Health Department?
Nothing.
Highway Department?
Nothing further.
Have I missed anybody?
I've got a question. Well, Jan, you're here. Ben talked to you the other day about something, a questionnaire or something need to be filled out for the insurance.
Yes,
You-
yes, it's taken care of.
So they've got that?
Yes, they
Okay,
do.
thank you.
County clerk.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's symbolized by wearing pink. And so I would encourage you to tell your loved women in your lives to go get checked or examined. Other than that,
What about the men? They get it too.
men, suit yourself. And
Except for the record dog?
are we still on camera here?
Yeah.
Always, always. That's all I have.
Committee reports. Dan?
Met with Andrew on Monday. She mentioned the break-in, so she kind of mentioned having motion cameras out there that probably authorize her to get. She does have cameras, except she has no outside lights, so it's not really going to help to have a camera if you don't have any lights. So we're working on getting motion cameras for the animal shelter. We also met with one of the people that has the complaint about dog barking. And we more or less explained we don't have an ordinance in the county, and Alan mentioned have Andrea check the other counties around and see what their ordinance is for dog barking and then get back to us. So we're trying to solve the problem, hopefully get something done. No solid waste committee meetings. That's it.
You're meeting next month on the solid waste.
Yeah, we'll see what we get done then.
Okay.
Okay.
Dale?
May have one before, I don't know.
Alan?
Just a little update on our general insurance. On November 5th is when they'll have the teleconference and the opening of the bids for that at 2 p.m. And it won't be formally announced again, but that's a tentative date right now, and it'll be
That day again, sorry.
November 5th at 2 p.m. And that's based on taking all their stuff in and all that. That's the tentative times. The other thing is, just a little bit from a claims standpoint, hopefully our state's attorney will be able to make it in later on to give us an update. We probably have 6 to 7 different things that we need to at least look at and have updates on. So hopefully we'll have probably a closed session for those type of things. Other than that.
Mike?
No.
Carl?
Nothing.
Jeff?
Budget is in line. We have met several times and we have presented the full board with a copy of the budget and appropriation ordinance for 14 and the levy ordinance. I just want to remind everybody that we'll be taking action on those two documents, the first meeting in November. It'll be laid over for public comment and viewing, and then will be passed again at the second meeting that we have in November. Additionally, at the next meeting, we will be acting upon bids on the audit. We'll have a couple of more housekeeping transfers to take place next meeting. And the finance and I think the road and bridge meeting committee will be meeting here soon to delve into some issues that we need to do. And that's about it, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I wanted to follow up, building and grounds, Dale. We've been in contact with J.J. Smith. That's the people that we have a maintenance agreement with for the clock tower. And we're just waiting on their certificate of insurance. And then as soon as we get that emailed to us,
You got a bid?
then we should be good to go.
Price?
$725.
You want to explain why the clocks repaired?
Yeah.
One of you may not realize that the hands fell off of the clock. And spot is.
Somebody's willing to hang out on
Yeah,
the courthouse for
yeah.
$700.
And we have these people on a maintenance agreement,
Yeah.
but the broken hands obviously do not fall under that part of the agreement, but they're certainly qualified to fix it. I'm sorry?
The warranty is up, I assume.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, real quick, were you able to get a hold of Mark? Is he planning on coming down?
Mark is coming down. When we get done, we're gonna call him.
Okay.
He said he'd be glad to come in.
Mr. Chairman, just as another point, I want to thank Jeff for doing a lot of work on that budget and explaining it to me time and time and time and time again, so. thank
Well,
you.
in the
You did a
same
good job with
vein,
it.
we've had a lot more interest than we've ever had on budget. And that's excellent. As long as everybody understands it, it sure makes it a lot easier to deal with it throughout the year. So,
I
that's
think
great.
that all offices have participated
Absolutely.
and helped and worked on it, and all the county board members have been involved in it at some points in time, so it's been worked on pretty thoroughly. Anything else?
Move to go into closed session for pending litigation. And, do you have
Second.
anything from finance?
And personnel.
And personnel, please.
You got a second?
Yeah, I second it, sir.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Is there gonna be any action?
I don't wanna be your
Al?
That was good.